today's lesson, we are going to be finding the least common multiple of two numbers by using prime factorization. And so when we talk about what least common multiple is, or LCM, it's the smallest number that both factors can go into. So essentially, it's a product of the two values and another factor. So it may not be 2, it may not be 3. It's going to be a multiple of 2 or a multiple of 3. Okay, so when we take a look at our problem, we're going to find it using the least common multiple. So our problem is that every 2 days, Mark sets the dinner table and dries the dishes every 3 days. If he sets the table on day 2 and dries the dishes on day 3, on what day would Mark first perform both chores on the same day? So we're looking for the least common multiple. So we're looking to see when these two events are going to overlap, how many days will it take? So to do this, we are going to look for the prime factorization. Well, in this case, we don't need to worry about the prime factorization because both values are prime. So if both values are prime, I'm simply going to list out multiples until I find what is going to be in common, or because I don't have anything in common. So I have 3, 6, 9, 12. I do 12. I look for what's the same in both lists. In this case, it's going to be 6. So if both values are prime, so if both factors are prime numbers, all you need to do to find the LCM, you just multiply. So our prime numbers, to find the LCM, multiply together. So I only do this when both numbers are prime. I don't need to find the prime factorization. So because 2 and 3 were both prime, the least common multiple, or the LCM, is going to be 2 times 3, which is going to be 6. So 6 is my LCM. Okay, so let's take a look at example where you need to use prime factorization. And so I'm in the visual learning for those of you that are following along within your books. I am in the visual learning on page 404, where it says Grant is making picnic lunches. He wants to buy as many juice bottles as applesauce cups. So he has 6 juice bottles and he has 8 applesauce cups, but no more than he needs to have an equal number of each. I'm going to be looking for when I have these two values are going to overlap. So how many will I have of each to have the same amount without it going over? So neither one of these values is prime. So I'm going to go ahead and find the least common multiple. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the prime factorization. So the prime factorization for 6, I'm going to divide it by 2. I get 3. So my prime factorization is going to be 2 times 3. And then my prime factorization for 8 is going to be 2. I get 4, divide out 2 and 2. So my prime factorization for 8 is going to be 2 to the third power. And so when I'm finding the prime factorization, what I want to do is I want to look for the greatest value. Let me pop this over to blue so it's different color. So I'm going to look for the greatest number of times each factor, so I'm looking at the prime factorization, each factor appears in the prime factorization. Okay, and then I'm going to multiply those values. And when I multiply those values, it's going to give me my LCM. So when I look for the values that are going to be appears the greatest amount of time, well, here I have 1 2. Here I have 3 2's. So I'm going to do 2 to the third power, because 2 to the third power is the greatest number of times that 2 appears. And then I look for, over what I have left, well, 3 appears 1 time. That's the greatest number of 3 that appears. So my LCM is going to be 2 to the third power times 3. So 2 to the third power is going to be 8, and then 8 times 3 is going to be 24. So my least common multiple for 6 and 8 is going to be 24. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to look down at the convince me because it's got something similar. It says Grant also buys bottled water and juice drinks for the picnic. There are 12 bottles of water in each case and 10 juice pouches in each box. He wants to buy the least amount but still have as many bottles of water as juice pouches. How many of each should Grant buy? Explain how we know. So I'm looking at the number of packages. So the first thing I need to do is see what my least common multiple is. So let me just move this over a little bit. So for 12, I'm going to start with 3. I get 4. Divide that by 2, 2. So my prime factorization is going to be 2 to the second power times 3. Notice the prime factorizations don't take me very long. So it's not something that I'm asking for you to put in a lot of time with because you're getting more fluent with them. So go ahead and find your prime factorization. And then your least common multiple is going to be looking at the greatest number each time of the values appear. So I have a 2, a 3, and a 5. So I'm at least going to have 1 3 and 1 5 because they appear one time. And then I'm going to look at the greatest number of time that 2 appear. So here I have 2. Here I have 2 to the second power. Because this is the greatest number of times, I'm going to take 2 to the second power. Then I multiply those values together. And when I multiply those values together, so 2 times 2 is going to be 4 because it's 2 to the second power, times 3 is going to be 12, times 5 is going to be 60. So the greatest number of time, or the amount that I need to have, is going to be 60 of each bottle or pouch. Now, they did not come individually. So my answer here is not going to be 60. I'm looking for the number of packages I need to buy. So when it's asking you for the amount of packages that you need to buy, really what you're doing is I'm looking at what value did I multiply 12 by to get to 60, and what value did I multiply 10 by to get to 60. So this right here is going to tell me how many of each I need to buy. Well, 12 times 5 gets me to 60, and then 10 times 6 gets me to 60. So for water, he needs to buy 5 cases of water, and then he needs to buy 6 boxes of juice. So my answer here is not 60. I don't need to buy 60 cases of water and 60 cases of juice. I need to buy 6 boxes of juice because when I do 10 times 6, that gets me to 60. And then when I do 5 cases of water, 5 times 12 gets me to 60. So it's 5 cases of water, 6 boxes of juice. All right, let's move into the guided practice on page 405. It says Grant finds juice bottles that comes in packages of 3, but only can find applesauces that come in packages of 8. So it says, will the least common multiple change? So the least common multiple is, so if I have 3 and I have 8, what I want to know is previously we had our least common multiple of was 24. I want to know, is our least common multiple going to change? Well, 3 is a prime value, 8 is not. So I just need to find my prime factorization for 8. So my prime factorization for 8 is going to be 2 to the third power. So my least common multiple is going to be 2 to the third power times 3, which is 8 times 3 is 24. So my least common multiple would not change. Okay. All right, if we take a look at number 2, it says Sarah says that you find the least common multiple of any 2 whole numbers by multiplying them together. Provide a counterexample to show that Sarah is correct. So what she's saying is I can take 15 and I can multiply that by 3, and if I do 15 times 3, that gives me 45. 45 is my least common multiple. She's saying I can do that for any numbers. So we're going to look at 15 and 3, and we're going to see if that's going to be true. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the prime factorizations. Well, here's the nice thing. I already found 3. 3 is prime. So I'm just going to do the prime factorization of 15, which is going to be 5 and 3. And so my prime factorization is going to be 3 times 5. And then my prime factorization for 3 is going to be 3. So when we said when we were finding the least common multiple, we are taking the value that occurs the greatest number of time. Well, I only have 1 3 in each, so I just use 3. And then I have 1 5, so it's going to be 5. So my least common multiple is not going to be 45, it's going to be 15. So it's not always where I multiply two numbers together, because again, 3 was prime, 15 was not. So I can't just multiply them together and say, yep, that's the LCM. The only time I can multiply two values together are when they are prime numbers. If both values are prime numbers, that's the only way that I'm going to find the LCM, is to multiply together. All right, moving on to 3 and 4. It says to list out the multiples. I can list out the multiples. Actually, I don't need to because both values are prime. So I have 2 and 5. Both values are prime. So my least common multiple is going to be 2 times 5, which is equal to 10. So my LCM for 2 and 5 is going to be 10. The next one that I have is 6 and 10. And again, I'm not really concerned about the practice with the multiple skills. I really want to focus on the prime factorization. On the skill with the prime factorization, I'm just going to find them really quickly. So my prime factorization for 6 is 2 times 3. Prime factorization for 5 is going to be 2 times 5. I look for what is in common. So my LCM is going to be 2 times 3 times 5, which is going to be equal to 30. Again, don't just leave it with prime factorization. Actually write out what the value is. So actually multiply to tell me what the least common multiple is. All right, so we're going to look at 8 and 12. So 8 we've done quite a few times. So my prime factorization for 8 is going to be 2 to the third power. And my prime factorization for 12 is going to be 2 to the second power times 3. I look for the greatest amount in each. So when I compare my 2's, here I have 2 to the third power, so that's the value I'm going to use. So it's 2 to the third power times 3, and then I solve that. So 2 to the third power is 8 times 3 is going to be 24. So my least common multiple there is going to be 24. Then I'm going to look at 6 and 9. So I'm going to start with 9. It's 3 and 3. So my prime factorization is going to be 3 to the second power. 6, it's going to be 2 and 3. So prime factorization is going to be 2 times 3. Look for what occurs the greatest amount of time in each. I only have 1, 2, so I use that. And then I compare the 3's. 3 to the second power is the greater value. So 2 times 3 to the second power is going to be 18. So my least common multiple is 18. Okay. So at this point in time, you guys are going to work on your least common multiple practice page that I left for you. And when you are done with that, then you're going to move into your next activity. So you're working on the least common multiple practice page. What I want to see is you need to use prime factorization. So how I modeled my problems, that's what I want to see from your work. Alrighty.